Go.
I'm used to having headphones.
Good morning.
Buenos dias. Buenos. Oh, look, I'm not even on camera.
You just have to kind of lean in.
Yeah, there it is. What do you think about my shirt, Marisol?
American until oh yeah. Somebody gave you that right at a show.
I think in El Paso. I
Oh,
think, and that's
and
where
you're
I'm.
about to be in El
And that's where
Paso.
I'm headed next. April 6th, 7th, and 8th with Javi Luna, Julian Luera. 5 shows.
Jabby.
Javi Luna saw Javi yesterday. So everybody get your coffee ready. This is a red pill blend.
This
Marisol,
is the medium roast.
they're both the same roast. You keep calling them different roasts. The other one's just ground up espresso. It's ground up different. So it's the same bean
It seems stronger.
because it's more surface area is grounded up.
Okay, that's why I said okay. Then that's the difference. I can tell.
Yeah.
I like the other one better.
So Marisol already told me.
This is weak. This is for the weak.
Hey man, you calling our coffee weak?
This is for the people who
Want regular levels of caffeine.
regular levels of caffeine.
Now
I am past the regular level.
Yeah, you want me to order, you want me to call grindopscoffeeco.com. Call my boy Aaron at Grind Ops Coffee Co. and say, hey man, we like the red pill blend. We want the same roast and everything. But how many bags? A 6-pack?
A 6, maybe a
Or
12 pack.
Let me get a 12-pack of the fine ground espresso. And that's at grindopscoffeeco.com. I normally
get you the chingo bling.
For sure. I normally don't even do pan dulce. You know, I am going to jiu-jitsu at 10:30. So you know.
You'll be all right. That's some little energy.
Yeah, for real. So
that's real energy, like for real.
Like fresh energy.
Yeah.
Like this is
this is fresh from El Bolillo.
Hold on now. We can't tell them who this pan is sponsored by Marisol because she went hopped in her car. She's the one that got bamboozled out of buying tamales for a homeless person.
Oh, y'all, I'm such a sucker, man. I realize that I'm such a sucker. I'm walking in, and really for me is I have to respect the hustle because the man is outside with his children and his wife, and he's selling the chamoy apples. And I honestly, he was like, you want to buy one? And I was like, you know, I don't be carrying cash. So I was like, bro, I don't even have no cash. He's like, that's cool. I take Zelle.
He said, give me some Zelle.
He said, I do Zelle. And so I was like, okay, well, let me go buy my bread. And when I come out, I'll pay for the apples. He was like, bet. Then I'm walking towards the door. Now there's a homeless lady there asking for money. I said, I don't have money. I said, but if you're hungry, I'll buy you food. She goes, cool. Bring me some tamales. I said, all right. So I go get my bread, get my tortillas. I buy this lady her damn tamales.
Why they got to be damn tamales?
Because she made me, because I wasn't going there to buy tamales.
You were like, fine.
So I come out and she is gone, y'all. So now I have this dozen of tamales. Thank God my mom came over that night and she took them.
Oh, she took them all?
She took them all.
Oh, okay. She ain't leave us too?
No. Sorry.
It's all good.
Anyway, so that was my and then I bought the apples from the guy. And I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at him, but I just hated that I said, well, wow, my kids right now are, you know, at home in the comfort of their home doing nothing. Meanwhile, these kids got to be out.
Watching them? Yeah, they were with their daddy.
Meanwhile, these kids got to be out here with their dad while he's trying to sell some apples.
You think he brought them like al propósito, like para dar lástima? Like,
well, if he did, he got me, bro, because I was the victim of buying the apples.
He was like, everybody hopping, come on, we going.
You know what I'm saying? So I did. So anyway, let's do the cheer of the
cheer of the morning.
Inhale the good stuff. Exhale.
Exhale the BS, the bad stuff. Savor it. Enjoy it.
I know it's so.
Enjoy it. Savor it.
You know, last night I was still drinking coffee while I was doing my live.
That might be a sign of an underlying condition.
What was this light roast?
Well, maybe it has something to do with like maybe you need some ZMAs like zinc, magnesium. Before you go to bed, you might be mineral deficient.
Yesterday, y'all, I go. So if y'all don't know, we each have our own Patreon.
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
I do sound like Miley Cyrus right now because my coffee has not hit.
Twist the mic. Twist the mic.
Have y'all heard that Miley Cyrus
got saved?
No.
Oh.
No, you know that how Miley Cyrus has that crazy voice. I'm borderline. Yeah. I'm borderline baby Miley Cyrus in the morning.
Yeah. Buy myself flowers.
Well, you know the little boy from Little Rascals. The one that has that. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's talking in a video, and then they turn around and put his little voice in there. I mean, it's identical. Anyways, it's like
she can sing though, so we give her a pass.
But you know, like, my question is like, what is that voice?
El vocerrón de
Miley. It's like, was she a smoker or is she a smoker?
Maybe Vicente Fernandez really her daddy.
No, he don't be talking like that. He didn't talk like that.
Vicente?
Yeah, come on now. You know, that voice is
el vocerrón de
that voice. Y'all look at on my phone. We play her voice right now.
Or we could just close our eyes and listen to you talk. Hey, hold on, girl. It ain't even 9 a.m. Central Time. You over here using the F-bombs.
That is so effed up.
Man, this bun is crack.
It is so
this
good.
Is like, man.
I don't know why you acting like you don't want to eat it.
I'm over here taking my time with it. If y'all want to sponsor the Pan Dulce Fund, should we start a Patreon or should we merge our Patreons? Maybe
tell people what Patreon is.
Patreon.com, basically.
No, tell them what it is.
I'll tell you what it is, man. So Marisol has the Her Lounge Patreon. So there's different tiers. You got like La Patrona. These are ladies that join the community. They get access to the Discord. They're on there like chopping it up in the dates all day.
Last night we had a mixer. And basically,
tell them what a mixer is. Now you went live with them.
I went live with them, but we call it a her mixer.
Mm-hmm.
And we just get on there, y'all, and we have like girls' night for an hour. Like all the ladies in my Discord,
all the husbands go watch the kids
for just 1 hour. That's all we do, and we just kind of shoot the shit.
Did anybody pull out wine?
No, because you know what? This is like this. Yesterday when I was watching several of the moms on my Discord just listening in because they wanted to still be a part of it. Some of them are at their kids' practice,
baseball games and stuff.
Not their games, that'd be effed up, right? But
you got one ear potty. Yeah. Hold on. But your son is about to.
Yeah. They were doing practice, so some of the people on there were at their kids' practice. Someone else was getting their toes and their nails done while they were listening in. So it was kind of pretty cool because it's just for me, I saw like how a lot of us women don't have a lot of like girl time, or we're not able to get away. Mm-hmm. And just for that hour, everybody was doing whatever they could to kind of join in so that they could have this little girl time. So it's pretty cool. We talk about nothing, to be honest with you. It's just like
puro chisme.
Yeah, it's just about like we were talking yesterday about funny thing. What a great way to segue into it.
Mm-hmm.
And Chingo's what do you call it?
Also a Patreon.
Patreon is the same thing.
No, I was saying I'm also a subscriber to
I can't be on Chingo's Patreon. That is a vicious playground over there.
She's talking about the Discord. I know there's some members of the Thea. The comments are way over there on that screen, and if we get any super chats, I'll get up and go read them out. But I know there's some members of the Thea tuning in. Shout out to the homie Sean. He was at the Odessa show, and he helped accommodate a lot of things. He found my video guy who ended up filming the show and all that stuff. So he's going to be in El Paso.
Oh,
and he's a member of the Thea, the Tamal Intelligence Agency.
What's he going to El Paso
for? Stand by. Kick it and hit up another show. And he was telling me that I should
watch you again.
Man, why you make it sound like a stalker? No, he was saying I was trying to read the message. It was something to like the wife and I. Oh, he had to go pick up some candies too for their concession thing.
Oh,
there's like some soccer tournaments coming up, so it wasn't just all stalkerish. How much trying to make it sound. But also he bought like 8 bottles of Pai tequila, like 8 to 12. I can't remember how many it was, but he's like, dude, autograph them. I'm about to mail them out to certain members of the Thea.
Oh, that's dope.
Stand back, stand by. So
I really like the tequila,
especially that black bottle.
It's so good.
Especially
it really is. Some tequilas you can taste how cheapy they are.
Yeah, esta no. right here at Tehuacan Mineral Water. Shout out to them. So anyway, so you were saying what we were watching last night?
Yeah, I was saying because we actually were talking about social media because one of the ladies was saying that she was getting her nails done, and this little girl was 8 years old, and she was having big old nails like this. And she went with her sister, and she basically conned her sister into letting her get these big long nails. And so meanwhile, Jess was like, well, why are you letting her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just say no. Like, you're the big sister. But she was 8 years old getting big old nails.
Wow.
So you're going to go to class? How are you going to hold your pencil? You're 8.
Yeah.
You haven't even lived life long enough to like find a way to do things.
Many things that require.
At 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of talking about social media, like what it does and the influence on little girls, which coincidentally last night I found this series. No, it's actually on Fox Nation.
Oh, it was on Fox Nation. Okay.
It was called Killer App, and basically we didn't finish it, but basically it is about the influence of social media, whether that be TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and how people have died from trying to do these challenges.
The selfies off of cliffs, bro.
That was crazy. Like this couple that would go, they're called traveler influencers. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, they had a segment on like the travel vlog lane.
A lot of them are in debt trying to front on social media,
spending their
like
own
they're
money.
Just out there and they're not really being sponsored by anybody yet. That may have been early on, because now, I mean, you can pretty much find a sponsor for anything that you do, or not a sponsor, but like, no, I guess it would be a sponsor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but everybody's competing for the, you know what I mean? Like, so how many people are in the travel vlog lane? Plus, like, yes, you're right. Like, there's potentially companies out there that would want to sponsor this female YouTuber who has a van and she lives out of basically, right? But how much hustle does that take? Like, how much time and dedication and energy? Like, you're not even gonna have time to travel vlog if you playing salesman. So my point is, they end up having to flex and como se dice, cap, like spending their own money, getting in debt, trying to fake it like they are actual travel vloggers, like just wanting that validation of
well, sadly, there's a lot of people on there who are just fronting and acting like they got all this stuff, and they really don't.
That's what Instagram is. It's just like filter, edit, crop, you know, have your little caption how you want it. Así todo con chingo de hashtags que, hey, haters, all eyes on me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. Like, I mean, I used to post all the time, and then I stopped posting because I felt like I'm too chubby right now to be posting on there.
Oh, so you're saying.
But wait, so this is what how you're like, everybody be fronting. Well, at first, I don't try to front. Literally, what I look like on social media is what I look like, and as you can see, I get on camera with no makeup. So
what female is that secure and confident? I'm surprised you don't have the silk wrap. Marisol, man, hey, don't be surprised. Marisol's a hustler, boy. Don't be surprised she starts slanging bundles of Remy hair, and y'all need the weave packs. Y'all better holler at Marisol. If Marisol get on every syllable, hit it with the nails. Hit the nail. If Marisol opens up a salon, or if she starts slanging them hair bundle packs about the trunk, y'all, ladies, I bet not see you copping hair from somebody else.
No, but seriously, that was like my big thing, right? And I didn't want to get on camera. I was getting other people.
Still barely want to get on camera.
Yeah, I barely want to get on camera, because if you're used to looking a certain way, and it's taking you a quite bit longer to get to, if you're an old follower of mine, then you know that I was
Mamasota.
I was Marisol Lips for a very long time, because
at Mamasota _ bling.
Well, you know, oh my gosh, I was Marisol Lips for so long because that was my identity. I was always like,
wait till I had them buttons right here. So you were used to being Mamasota _
I mean, you know, I was just used to just looking fit. And then I have my first child, I come back looking decent. I wasn't like what I was before, but
Like,
I
she
wasn't.
bounced back, but
But the bounce back was not 100, but it was bounced. It came somewhat. I was like at an 80. Pretty close.
And that
This
was
second time, it's been a lot harder. I mean, surely the pan dulce does not help, right?
so. Here's what we got to do, y'all. Here's the challenge. All right.
My
So,
sister and I are having a challenge right
well,
now.
I'm about to give us a challenge. All right.
Mhm.
So I think last time I was in El Paso, it might have been like towards the holidays. And you know how sometimes when you juggling a lot in life and you just trying to catch up with certain stuff and you prioritize certain things, right? You have to. So once that diet or that menu or that little tweaks of I'm not drinking enough water and then I need to eat with this and that. I seen some of the photos from like last time in El Paso where I'm like, all right, bro, it's been pretty much a year and you can't go back looking like the same. You know what I mean? Like you're always coming back looking the same or worse. So the challenge is we got some delicious menus from the nutritionists. Like there's that one that had them crispy tacos. That one was fire. So and then we have the one.
Well, that's why I brought the Kodak because I thought we were going to be on that one menu.
I'm about to go bring that other freezer from over there. We about to have that fridge in the garage. He'll get it and start like okay, all the girl stuff could be in one of the fridge in the front fridge. Like todos los pinches de animals, yogures, cheese sticks, all that little mugrerito, chocolate milk, juice, all that over there. You know what I'm saying? But we also gonna have a little bit of cream cheese and butter and stuff in our fridge. But ours will have like strictly menu, like, hey, go get your hummus. What's up? You hungry? Okay. Did you have your yogurt?
Well, that's why I always keep the
Chingate un hummus.
the nut mix in next to my nightstand. Like when I get hungry,
You want the little late night trail mix.
I try and I'm conscious that I shouldn't go downstairs, so
She like, I got a little drawer with some little pita chips. I be having my little Jolly Ranchers. I need something. After I
what's that?
Read somebody go.
No, but really. Okay. So we were watching. It was called Killer App, and my point to that is a lot of people do be trying to front and living this crazy lifestyle, and these girls are in debt. They said because they're trying to have the perfect picture or they're trying to have the perfect background. They want to look like they're traveling the world, and they are traveling the world, but in debt. And one of the girls actually, she got smart and started offering services to where if you want to grow your Instagram or you want to do whatever it is on your Instagram, right? You want to be popping. She now gives you like consultations, babe. Remember, I went on her page yesterday and I started following her just because she kind of gives you game on her social media. But if you want to go in depth, then you have to pay for it, obviously.
She basically flipped the script. She was like, I was over here trying to fake it till I make it, trying to front, was depressed, getting in debt.
Yep.
Just trying to get that validation from this app. Like I was thinking deep about it. Like they know all the critiques of these apps, right? That's why they quick to say, well, there's a lot more benefits than just some of that stuff. And then they put a segment on there where they said how the people that move dope across the border are using TikTok and stuff to recruit, right? Yep. Showing like, contáctame, gana feria, fast feria, and all that.
Yeah, with the hashtag.
I was like, damn, that sounds like a dope mixtape album. I'm gonna drop that, fast feria. Now that I got the studio in the house. I was gonna drop a verse last night, but you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me watch Netflix with my vieja. So anyway,
did you have fun watching Netflix?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. Plus the verse wasn't done. I was writing it while I was getting my toenail fixed. It's the
Thanks, as I'm trying to swallow my last yummy piece of bread.
Okay. Damn, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, about how the people that move dope and move people, like smuggle people and smuggle stuff. They use TikTok to recruit young, dumb people who are like, what? I can make $10,000 if I just go down to the valley and then come back to Houston. Like some kid that's like, either I could work at Popeyes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never going to make 10 grand. It's going to take a while for that to add up after they done took taxes out and everything else. And So basically, they were saying how they had like the governor on and basically saying like, they could go in there and tweak the algorithm to where
Yeah.
why aren't those people getting kicked off? It's
Yeah.
almost like whoever owns it can say, should we turn this off, boss? No, leave that on there, man. Let them keep haciendo su desmadre.
Well, there was that one little boy that I guess really monetized on social media. So he was about his paper. He was not playing. Wasn't trying to front. He was really making some money. And unfortunately, he got a hold of some bad drugs.
Stuff be laced, basically.
And it was laced. And next thing you know, the parents walk in and he's gone, So
for all he knew, it was a little Xanax or something.
How does that happen? I'm sorry, I'm not drug informed.
Basically, they sell on Amazon little kits where you could press your own pills. So basically you get.
But what kind of pill? I'm sorry.
So for example, a lot of people like to indulge and abuse pharmaceutical like Oxycontin and all this. Basically, they're like
are they like
they're
uppers?
No. They're like opiates for the most part. For the most part, some are like barbiturates or something like that. But basically, the opiate is a cousin of heroin. It's kind of like promethazine, like sipping lean. So long story short, some people are like, "Hey man, I'm all out of my Oxycontins or whatever, or my painkillers. I'm all out of that." And they try to get a hold of some, and then somebody has a homie, and man, I say you 5 or whatever in a little pill bottle. Not knowing that somehow, some way, those aren't even really prescription. They were made by somebody, like a makeshift lab of mixing powders and stuff and trying to make it stronger, throwing in a little, sprinkling in some fentanyl. Next thing you know, look at Prince.
And it's it's so
Tom
much.
Petty.
It's so much that in the one pill that it kills them.
It said basically like a grain of salt.
And it can kill somebody. Obviously, right.
Well, I mean,
this kid died.
George Floyd had a whole bunch of his in his system as well, on top of everything else that happened to him. So like for example, I had seen a meme where it had like a Mac Miller. It had Mac Miller. I can't remember, like I think Brittany, the actress, the young actress from Elf, and like other people, and it was like, check on your friends. You never know what they're going through. Almost as if those people committed suicide, where really it's like Tom Petty didn't know he was getting the pill. Prince didn't know. They were thinking they would
get a regular pill, but it was laced.
Basically, they thought like, oh, my homie gonna drop off some little painkillers or something.
And there's no way of knowing before, right? If it's laced, do you know?
I don't. The only way is like, how bootleg does it?
But I guess like, if you're getting pills, like, are you really checking? You're just assuming your dealer is providing legit shit.
And like I said, a lot of this is just pharmaceutical prescriptions. So it's basically like, does it look like the ones from the doctor? And why are you so desperate and hooked that you having to go get some outside pills? You know what I mean? It's not coming from CVS. It's like, that's my dealer. Okay, Walgreens.
Yeah, got it.
Está cabrón. But yeah, like Mac Miller and all these talented people, they weren't necessarily like trying to end it all and take a whole bunch of stuff. It was just they thought they was finna chill and take a little half of this, half of that. Está peligroso la cosa. But those apps, they're able to get in there and be like, hey, if it looks like this kind of content, like they're saying fast fatty, and they got a dude in the trunk, you posting stacks of money and pills or whatever, it's like, can't y'all?
Oh, they're not gonna.
Of course not. They amplify it.
We saw the TikTok version in CHINA. I'll spell it again if I did it too fast. CHINA. Over there, their TikTok is called something different, but they're showing people being able to solve a Rubik's Cube with their eyes closed. They're showing like these amazing genius things. Meanwhile, they show what us Americans are doing on social media. And of course, they put this like hot dog challenge where you have girls with their mouth open and they're trying to catch the weenie dog I mean, the weenie
Se
dog.
las
The
están
weenie.
avientando. Tas, and they're all.
They're all hitting them the face. It's not a weenie dog, guys. A weenie.
They getting hot dog
A
slapped.
hot dog slapped. So
Basically.
what is that? The hot dog challenge? I don't know what that was, but they show all these women. And all you see is the hot dog slapping
American women, dog.
slapping their face. I mean, and then you see their version of their TikTok, and it's like geniuses and math,
creativity,
and
drawing,
like the
art.
drawings. I mean, it was insane, and here.
Well, check this out. Let me ask y'all this, everybody watching. Let me see some comments because I don't know if they froze.
I'm gonna go get my phone.
And no, we're gonna
see those
if you want, but we're probably gonna wrap soon because you know what I'm saying. But we'll put this audio on the podcast. I was saying, the apps in the other country, right? So let me ask y'all this, and you too, Marisol. If you're a country and you got beef with another country, what would it look like if you're trying to do like unconventional warfare and attack them, not necessarily with tanks and airplanes and bombs, but basically like we're going to use economic warfare, cyber, culture, influence their kid. Like what would that wouldn't it look just like everything you see, like in terms of like make them do stupid challenges and make it to where our kids love their country and want to be ready to represent and do well, versus over here make them hate their country and divide them.
I mean, certainly that is what it looks like. The sad thing though is that we have accepted it or like adapted to it so much to where it's like that's also become ways that you engage with your audience, like you with fans. You're on. Are we on TikTok today or no?
No, I need to put that on another phone.
Okay, so there you go. So I just feel like if social media was used just for what it really was supposed to be, which was fun and interact and keep in touch, I don't see there anything wrong with it. But at the rate that it's going right now, I mean, it's pretty much messing up our children.
And plus, I think some other factors are like America been on top for so long, had it so good for so long that people get soft and lazy, right? And then you send them off to school, and in the schools they start to like little by little make you feel guilty for being white, or blaming everything on America and God and religion and Christianity, like just negative, attacking. Basically.
And not to mention also, there's been according to this article I read, and it actually, just so before anybody has a smart comment to say, it does not come from a right wing source.
What are you talking about?
It was on Apple News or whatever, but it's
super lefty.
But it said on there that right now, I believe on TikTok, if you were to search like gender dysphoria or like he, she, I things, or I'm sorry, he, him, she, her. Like if you look up any of the pronouns, if you're like kind of like, or like a gender confused, anything like that, if you're searching for that on TikTok, for example, on the For You page, for some reason, if it feeds suicide videos.
Well, those
how crazy is that?
That if you search those things, if
you search those things, and on top, and it's been for 13-year-old kids.
That way
it focuses on 13-year-old kids.
That way they're fluffing the numbers, egging it on. That way they could turn around and say, hey, if you don't agree with children taking this air quotes gender affirming care, then you're a bigot and you're denying their existence and you're a part of their genocide. Now los trauman más. So it's almost like they want them to do that, so they could bring numbers and be like, look at what's happening if you don't listen to your child. If you don't hand your child over to us and let us do all these mutilations, then you're the problem. Because studies show, the data, the science. Está pero bien cabrón. So
but I do. Okay, so I'm very curious because obviously the majority of our audience are Latinos. I'm curious as to if your child just came to you randomly, I'm not saying that you noticed that your child was, for the boys, like a little feminine, or the girls they were a little, more tomboyish or whatever. I'm talking about in general. If your child came to you and said, hey, I feel like a boy, because I'm just going to say that, would you let your child start taking hormones so that they can start transitioning and changing and not going through puberty and all that?
No, hombre, tan pendejo.
I would not allow it.
Hell no.
And it has nothing to do with my child going to commit suicide. So that's one lie from the top. Also, there's actually not enough evidence that kids are committing suicide due to gender dysphoria because it's so new. So they haven't been able, it hasn't been around for 25 years, 35 years, to where they've been able to do so many studies to show that it's suicide. Now, I hate to say this, but this is how I call them. My OG gays, that's what I call them on my podcast. Like the original people who are gay.
Just want to be left alone.
Just are like men, like women. Those people, I feel, had it a little bit tougher back in the days because it was just so not accepted, right? So I could see where perhaps for them it was a little bit tougher because I think we're a lot more open to things nowadays than we were back in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, all that time where
you're talking about like hate,
yes.
But see, the thing too is like a lot of these this like little trans psyop that's going on is when they go protest, they're saying they want trans rights, and then people ask them like, what rights don't y'all have? What are y'all not able to do? Because the minute,
well, I think they mean being able to use the same restrooms.
Is that what they're talking about?
Like the same restrooms. I think they want to be able to be recognized
in women's spaces where we're a grown man.
And I'm sorry, imagine moms out there with little girls. We're in the restroom, and the next thing you know, this man just pulls out his stuff to pee. I mean, come on. Like, that's the shit that now if you've gone to lengths of changing all your stuff, like you no longer have a penis down there and you're officially got this hole, I mean, that's a whole different story. I feel it's almost like damn bro, you like literally went all the way through, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went all the way through. I mean, what I can't even say nothing. Like,
man, what's that one from Soft White Underbelly? The man who transitioned.
He was
Se hizo todo el banana split.
He's been on 2 other podcasts I've heard. I'm a big fan of Soft White Underbelly documentaries on YouTube, and he was on there, and he's detransitioning, which is really hard for him to do now because he chopped off his stuff. But he went through so many infections because I've said this before. I think we've talked about this. So it's like anything, guys. Our body will try to heal. But anyways, when they chop the stuff off on the men, basically what happens is they tuck y'all stuff in to create a hole. And this hole has to stay open. So it's almost like they have like a stopper in there to keep it open this way, because naturally our body wants to heal and it wants to close. And that's super painful. This particular person had to go back like 3 times because he couldn't keep it open and he had so many infections.
So how does he pee?
Yeah, that's the part I don't know.
No manches, bro, like Frankenstein. Like
I really don't know. But he's having so many, or she's having so many problems now. She's detransitioning. Yes. And
hormonal imbalance.
She feels more issues now. He said he feels like he should have just stayed gay and like dressing like a girl when he wanted to. And when he didn't want to dress like a girl, he could go back to dressing like a guy, a feminine guy, but it would, at least he had the option of going back and forth. And now he's got breast implants. He's got, he got the stuff chopped off, and he said he wants to get his penis back, but that procedure is crazy.
Come on, bro.
So like what? They tuck your stuff in. So then if it's been tucked in for so long, even if they were to like, if there was a way, which I don't think there's a way to bring him back out.
It's like, how's it even gonna work, bro? You done messed up
So it's
everything.
been tucked for how many years? You know what
Ay,
I'm
ay, ay.
saying? Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay,
And
ay, ay.
and this is the world of social media where they try to push not just
And the
transgender
media.
stuff, not
And the
just
media.
transgender stuff, just in general, anything. Just like, you know, the plastic surgery, you know, the looking like perfection, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because they always go back to blaming the Kardashians, right? But what do the Kardashians have anything to do with this? All they do is post pictures of themselves looking like, you know, whatever
They're
every
like
day.
their motto should be like, don't hit the player, hit the game.
Exactly. I mean, they figured it out. So like whenever they're always the first to bring up, like it's funny when they talk about social media, the Kardashians are always the first ones to come up because I guess they took over the social media game and they figured it out, you know? And but I feel exactly like what you said. Like, don't hate the player,
It,
hate the game.
and let me just let me say this because we could probably wrap up, and then you do your 2 cents. But I feel like a lot of the folks, some of the I don't know how many, some of the folks in that world, in that community, are being like radicalized and weaponized, like making them be like, hey, they hate you, they're attacking you, they hate you. Who? The Christians, the Bible thumper, like
Mm,
the people who don't want their kids to do, you know, and they hate you, and then you got to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Like los están tramando to see which one is going to be a crash dummy.
mm-hmm,
And the same way like Antifa would have their little flyers y tramaban a la gente like,
mm,
hey, you don't have what you want in life because capitalism and because the people in the suburbs and white people or whatever. And you
mm,
know, go burn businesses. And I andaban breaking shit.
mm-hmm.
So
Well, there's a riot or not a riot. I'm sorry to a thing happening this weekend too, right?
oh, they calling it, man, we don't even want to put that energy out there. Like Trans Day of Vengeance or something like
Yeah,
that.
so who knows what
They
that's going to be
organizing
like. They're
to
organizing
see who's
that.
gonna be a crash dummy and hacer un desmadre cagapalo, you know.
It's just social media is an interesting world where we obviously use social media to connect with you guys and talk with you guys. Um, man, I think social media is just kind of like a 50-50. It's a
A
like kind
tool.
of it's like a
A
tool.
tool,
If
and
you use
some
it co-
bad people like to weaponize it and use
yeah,
it.
and I think that if you use it for all the right reasons, right? Like especially now, small businesses, social media is how they're able to promote themselves, you know? Because back then, you know, I remember when my mom had her business, well, has it still, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say, but when we were smaller, I remember my mom like advertising in La Subasta. Do you remember that? For her hair salon, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you would buy advertisement in the back of this paper.
What would the ad say?
Well, my mom was a franchise back then, so she had to use like verbiage that they approved. So we weren't allowed to
But it was just in
so it
Spanish.
was just in Spanish. They had someone that translated the ad,
And what do you
and
think?
so they told you how this is how you submit it. But it was just basically like how much haircuts were, perms, like what my mom offered, the services, the logo, and then bring this coupon for I think like $5 off or something like off your next perm or hair, something like that. But I mean, we're talking about like way back like 90s. You know what I'm saying? So um you know, it was different, you know. That's how you had to advertise or on the radio back then, you know. So it was a lot harder, I feel, for you to like expose your business or like anybody, not expose, I guess that's not a well, yeah, exposure to your business.
Mm.
Um Now, I mean, we have it at, you know, on our hands. We can easily advertise. You can easily Sunny.
She's up.
You can easily have now, you know, this ad and just add money. I'm sorry, or this post and add money to your ad. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And now more people are going to view it. More people will see it. So you know what I'm saying?
Like for
There
example,
it does have its benefits, but then again, it has
it's
these things.
saturated
Yeah.
too. You got to cut through. Hey, El Paso, Texas, up next, April 6th through the 8th. Her appareltx.com.
Oh, so tonight, y'all, I think it's going to be tonight, babe. I'm
What
going
you
to go
gonna do?
live
Okay, on
on Instagram and on my YouTube channel.
Instagram and YouTube. Okay, y'all subscribe to that. We'll see y'all later. We got to hit the gym, get our workouts in, and we got a lot of work to do today. Y'all have a great day.
Bye.
Keep going. Bye.
Bye. End it, bro.